Welcome to Fright Fest. Good to have you here. I'm pleased we're including the film. So, before we start, a quick, non-spoilery summary of the film.
So, Are We Monsters is about a young female werewolf who's coming to terms with who she is. And at the same time, we also follow along two werewolf hunters who have just used up their final silver bullets. So we follow the journey between the two as she tries to uncover who she is and what she will be.
Okay, so first feature film, why?
Why to do feature?
Oh, why do you make a film? It's not one of life's easier things to do.
No, that's very true. Very, very true. Painfully true. Now we've done... I have worked on, directed over 200 of my own shorts and things like that. So I've done loads of visual effects, motion graphics, all the range of things before this. Mostly because of outside of film, I've been studying physics and it just takes up a huge amount of time. So it was kind of that time where we're like, right, we're ready to do a feature. And so we're going to finally take the reins on it and give it a go.
Good, and the idea came for the film?
So, yeah, no, with all my shorts, all my films that I do, I always try to compile a really strong moral message that allows us to think and develop ourselves emotionally. That's what I always try and do. And then I try to also the main thing is also to make it entertaining. I'll try and keep it as short as I can. But so because I teach younger people, it's so difficult to get them to retain information and reflect on things and grow. Teachers only have about 14% influence on a student's development.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. Most of it comes to family and friends and media. And so the reason why that works so well is because it's entertaining and they get dopamine when you watch something that's entertaining and you take things in easier. So I wanted to make something which was starting a conversation, getting them to reflect emotionally and with Are We Monsters about your identity and who you were going to be, through something which is entertaining as well. And werewolves is such a good way of depicting identity because it's often someone who's been forced into a new identity that they've got to then understand. And interestingly, the general public probably have a better understanding of werewolf identity than lots of other kind of identity things that people might be going through, which is in a strange way, people can often relate to that, and then we can start the conversation through an entertainment piece. Okay,
but your werewolves aren't traditional werewolves.
They are not.
No.
I wanted to go somewhere a bit different with it, and if you've ever watched any of my previous stuff, you know that I get super into the lore. I will explore it and pull it all apart, and I'll really delve into it all. So the werewolves that we've got in our film are based off of the 7 deadly sins. And because they form through the evil of man. That's the general idea. And so before I actually went about finalising the creature, I actually designed 7 different werewolves which were based on each of the deadly sins. And the one which we explore in the film is Wrath.
Okay. That now makes a lot of sense. Having watched the film a couple of times, that now makes a lot of sense. Good. So, you teach. You obviously put a lot of thought into these things. Where are you going to go next?
So, in between teaching physics, I know physics, it's a weird one, but we are actually shooting, tomorrow I'm actually continuing filming. We're filming our next piece, which is purely half animated, half live action. It's a crazy fantasy action adventure, which is very heavily inspired by anime.
You don't make things easy for yourself.
I don't. I definitely don't. But the thing is, it's just such an addictive process. Just the act of bringing people together to enjoy the process of making something, for me, is enough. But to additionally make something which feels like you are getting people to think and learn and educate themselves and emotionally explore themselves is just another level. And to make it entertaining.
Well, tell me a bit about your cast, because low-budget films often get a decent cast. It's a bit of a challenge.
Yes.
So
Luckily, because I've done so many projects in the past, we've got these incredible people that I've worked with time and time again who just love coming back. So yeah, we had like the incredible Justin Hayward, we had Stefan Chanier, we had John Black, and then my usual regulars who I always get in because they're just incredible. And we had Charlotte Olivia and Jetta Stevenessen, who were kind of, they reached out to me. I worked with Charlotte before, and this was interesting actually, because a lot of people have said to me, wow, the relationship interaction between Charlotte's character Maya and Justice's character Luke is so genuine. Like, how do you get that? And what I found out after I'd cast them is that they went to the same school together.
Ah, okay, so they had a history.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. I was like, oh wow. Whereas Stefan and John, who play Connor and Everett respectively, they have worked with so many of my films together that they just know how to bounce off each other. And it's just
okay, so you told me what you're doing next. You've got your half animated, and where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's one of those questions that, I mean, the main thing that I'm trying to get to grips with at the moment is really getting my head around how the distribution process works. Because so many filmmakers just get into the filmmaking process, which I've done for over 15 years now. So I'd consider myself pretty good at it. I'm still learning every time, but there's so much more scope that I need to shore myself up on. And so what we're actually hoping to do is make 2 features a year. That's the plan. And we're hoping to gradually expand our production company and bring guest directors in, and I help oversee those kind of things, and then try and build up what we've got, and then try and build up our community that way, and just get a constant generation of these new film ideas, which always have the structure of some form of fantasy and has to get people to explore their emotions and think and learn.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm looking forward to the screening later today. Excuse me, it will play well. I'm not even sure it will play well. It will play well. So thanks very much.
Thank you. I'm very looking forward to it as well.